The Triple Crown News Minute for April 30th is presented by Kentucky Equine Research. Coming up, learn about their recent work on bone density in racehorses. I'm Scott Jagow along with Chelsea Hackbarth. We're at Churchill Downs. The draw has concluded, so that's what we're going to talk about. Let's begin with the favorite, Omaha Beach. Mike Smith said coming in he wanted somewhere between 10 and 13 for his post position. Well, he got 12.
It's such a perfect spot for that horse. He's so tractable. He can be right there up on the pace if he wants to be. He can take back a little bit if he needs to. And he can see exactly what most of the speed is going to do down on the inside. Speaking of the inside, poor War of Will. There's always that horse that draws the rail, and it's War of Will this year, trained by Mark Casse. I loved this horse coming into this, and now Tyler Gaffleon is going to have to send him immediately at the start, and I hope he's good enough. No one has won from the one post since it became a 20-horse field. Maybe this is the year? Yeah, hopeful. Mike Battaglia did bump up War of Will's odds. He had him lower, but he bumped him up to 20-1 because of the rail. Other horses drawing well, Improbable. The Baffert trainee, ridden by Irad Ortiz Jr., is in the 5-hole. Couldn't be any better, really, for his running style. No, same thing. He'll be right there on the pace, but he can also be sitting second, third, fourth at that point. Yeah, he'll be able to drop over and save some ground. Now, Battaglia talked about the odds making here and how difficult it was because there are 3 Baffert trainees in the field, and how do you choose which one to bet on?
I think it's wide open. I mean, when you got a 4-1 favorite, it's a wide open derby. What I've got, 4 horses between 4 and 6-1, and then I got the big question mark horse that Maximum Security at 10-1, and like I said, that horse, I just don't know. I have no idea about Maximum Security.
Now let's move to the outside post. Country House drew the 20. That really doesn't affect him that much. I mean, he's still planning to pass a lot of tiring horses at the end of the race because he's a closer. It won't matter to that horse if he's in 20th position as they cross under the wire the first time. He'll be running at the end, and he can watch what everybody else is doing in the meantime. And his trainer, Bill Mott, didn't have a problem with that post position or Tacitus in the number 8.
Country House in the 20 post. What do you think the strategy will be there?
We're not going to change his running style at all. I mean, I just had said earlier that he should get a clear run down to the turn, and then he'll just have to work a trip out after that. But at least, the first quarter of a mile, he should be, logically he should be unbothered anyway, and then he's gonna have to drop in and figure out his trip.
And how about the post for Tacitus?
Good, it's good. I have absolutely no complaints about the post positions. I think that, just something the riders have to deal with, and they'll have to figure out the pace scenario once they leave the gate. I mean, I don't think I can't draw a map for them.
So last year there was also an issue between the main starting gate and the auxiliary starting gate, where Instilled Regard and Mendelssohn collided at the start of the race, and it really took Mendelssohn out of his game, and that horse wound up finishing 20th. This year we've got a similar situation, and we've got Win in the 14, and we've got the Japanese horse, Master Fencer, in the 15. No one knows what Master Fencer's going to do. No, he's a complete wild card because he's a Japanese horse who hasn't run here before. He does have an American jockey in Julien Leparoux, so hopefully he can get him out nice and steady. Hopefully, and we've got Julien Pimentel on Win in the 14, and it's his first Derby, but he's been around a while. Yeah, and the horses kind of nearby are the 2 Baffert trainees, besides Improbable. Game Winner in 16, Roadster in 17, and there was kind of a joke around the draw room today because 17 is the one post position that is blanked, 0 for 40. But Roadster is a pretty darn good horse to have in there, so don't be surprised if number 17 comes up this year. Never know. Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Triple Crown News Minute, presented by Kentucky Equine Research. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
The Kentucky Equine Research Performance Center is a new facility for KER located in Ocala, Florida. The things that we're doing here, we're trying to apply to real commercial solutions that we can bring into our own product line that can help horses in specific disciplines. One of the things that we're specifically interested in all performance horses, but racehorses particularly, is skeletal soundness. It's the thing that's most likely to sideline a racehorse. We came across some proprietary ingredients that we thought could improve the bone quality, which we've now tested and incorporated into a product, Triactin, that contains a key ingredient called BMC. In these studies, what we found was the horses that were supplemented increased the density of the dorsal aspect, the front of the cannon bone, which is really important for soundness in all age horses, but in 2-year-olds particularly. One of the bonuses of Triactin and BMC is, besides its effect on the bone, it's a super buffer for both the stomach and the hind gut. So you get really 3 benefits from using these types of products, Triactin and BMC, in that you're improving bone quality, but at the same time you're improving gut health.